Visual aids can be very useful when delivering a speech, but there are certain do's and don'ts that every good speaker should know before delivering a speech. Whenever you use a visual aid, the visual aid should always be presented to the side of the speaker. So, my speech is about golf, so if I were to use, let's say, a golf club, I would want that golf club on the side of me. That way, that the viewer can see me and the visual aid clearly when delivering the speech. Another important thing is to hold eye contact when delivering a speech. Rather than just focusing on the object and talking to the object, we want to make sure that we are talking to the audience and keeping them engaged during the whole entire speech with eye contact. Another thing is to have good practice with the visual aid. Just like with a speech, you want to make sure that you're familiar with the object before giving the speech. That way you can make it run smooth and effective when you are delivering the speech. Another thing is to make sure that the visual aid supports the message that you are doing. Let's say if I was doing a speech on, let's say, football, I wouldn't want to have a golf club as one of my visual aids. I want to make sure that the visual aid I'm using is going to help me with the subject that I'm going to be talking about. Another thing is to point out key elements with the visual aid. So if I'm talking about a golf club, I can maybe talk about the composition, how it's metal, and then the design of it, and maybe even the grip of it at the very end. And the last thing is just to keep things very simple. The last thing we need is an overcomplicated model. So the simpler you can keep things, the better for your audience. Thanks again.